Another edition of the Firstrust Bank Coaches Corner, catching up with Sixers assistant Lloyd Pierce. Lloyd, and the Sixers 123-114 loss to Toronto on Wednesday night at the Center. First time we got to see very anticipated development, starting duo of Joel Embiid and Jahlil Okafor. How'd you think it went?
I thought it went well. You know, we started out, we were up 12-9, I believe, and then they made a nice little run right before the timeout. But just to see both of the big guys on the floor together, they were excited at the beginning of the year, and just circumstance has prevented that from happening up until now. But just a resurgence of energy from both Jahlil and Joel moving forward. I think they'll get more and more comfortable with one another, and it's going to create a lot of havoc for the opponent just to try and defend either of those guys in the post, and just how physical we can be imposing our will on the opponent.
When you guys were on the road, some quality accomplishments were things on the defensive end of the floor and also moving the ball around and passing. Where would you assess the state of the passing and facilitating game of the Sixers right now? What's working on that front?
I just think it's trust. We're being more and more familiar with one another. The guys are playing well together, and we've always emphasized just ball movement. So the more these guys trust the ball moving, creating easy opportunities, and it's open opportunity. So regardless, if our offense is moving, the ball is moving, we're going to create shots for each other, and it's always fun to play that way.
Sixers had another good assist night against Toronto with 29. We saw you at the end of Thursday's practice working closely with Robert Covington, a guy that it seems like you're paired up with pretty regularly after practice sessions. He had a very good two-way game against Toronto. What are some of the things that you're working on with him?
It's just keeping it simple. You know, Rob's probably our best perimeter defender, and on any given night, our best open three-point shooter. So for him, we're just trying to put him in spots that he's consistently on the floor, open threes, catch go, and just keeping him balanced. So he's done a great job of spending some extra time on the floor with all of our coaches and just trying to stay in a simple package where he can be effective.
Coming up for the Sixers on Friday night, 8 o'clock, the Los Angeles Lakers, a team with a promising young core, guys like Randall and Ingram and Russell. They play pretty fast, got off to a great start, 10-10. They've lost their last 8. Have you been watching them from afar? What have you seen?
Just a young core of talent, and also a veteran mixture added in with Lou Williams and Nick Young. But you know, they're trying to develop their young guys. They're very perimeter oriented. We're very big oriented with our young guys. So it'll be a kind of a battle between the two. We want to impose our will with our two big guys. They're going to try and space us out and stretch us out with their perimeter guys. So, you know, we've watched them closely and seen how their development. They got off to a great start. They've stumbled as of late. It'll be an interesting matchup.
They have players that you guys have had a close eye on in years past coming out of the draft. Is that something you guys think back on when you get ready for a game, or just out of natural curiosity pay attention to some of the guys that you might have worked out in previous years?
No, I think anytime you're looking backwards and just what if or coulda, shoulda, woulda, I think you're going to put yourself in a bad position. We have who we have, and we like who we have, and we're just focused on trying to develop the guys we have. You know, I think with D'Angelo Russell and Brandon Ingram, two guys that were close in the draft, you always want to see how they develop and just kind of make the educated guess whether or not they will be good NBA players, but not so much about could we or should we have drafted any of those guys. You know, they're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. We're just excited to play another young team.
Well put by Sixers assistant Lloyd Pierce. He and the rest of the team taking on the Lakers, 8 o'clock Friday night at the Center.